heard Carol saw on this YouTube thing we got set up now. Something new, Carolyn. See this? How you like that thing, huh?
Look at that.
Everything changes. So, we got a doghouse outside.
Right, good doghouse,
we got a new computer thing here. And everything is backwards in here. You see?
Oh, okay.
But it's forwards, I promise.
It's forward on the other. So
yeah, where people are watching
visual. That's wild.
So if you want to watch Carolyn live while we do this, you can go to the WOCA The Source YouTube channel and you can see her. So that's kind of cool.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I believe you can go to WOCA.com also and see the same thing.
Could be. It probably links you over to it or something. But
yeah. Anyways, how you doing?
One of those things. Doing well.
Yeah, the big news yesterday was the doghouse.
And it's funny because we were talking off the airs and I'd seen that on a news report recently. So I guess this is something this gal who came up with it at the right time. Is that more and more people feel the need to carry their pets with them when they go places, even though pets are not necessarily welcome in these locations. I know sometimes you don't have that choice. You're taking the pet to the vet or you're going over to PetSmart, where they are welcome. That's the doggy store. I mean, they're lucky people are allowed. Except that I don't know where the doggy would carry his debit card, so how he can, put the code in, but that you're doing other things with your pet and that it needs to come with you. So I think it's a great idea. Start, having less issues of people leaving them in their cars because they're not allowed to bring them in. Yeah.
And I don't know that this is, Canada, but the one we saw in Brooklyn, they actually have like a control center. Where there are employees for that company literally keeping an eye on every single one of them.
Well, my understanding is that on the app that you actually have access to the camera that's inside.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, so you can see what's going on.
But at least up there.
And I guess it might be that it's recorded just in case someone breaks one or an animal does go into distress or an air conditioning unit. I mean, you never know. I mean, there's some animals. I mean, you go, oh, well, I'll take my dog, and your dog's never lived in a crate or spent, and now you're trying to shove this dog into a air conditioned. It's air conditioned, so that makes it cool. It's
my dog never ever would have gone in that thing. Never. No, I know.
No, see, I don't think one of my other dogs, the only way to get him to have gone into the doghouse, and it took forever. And I mean, it was out there for his comfort, even just when we were all outside. It was, here it is, was finally, I took an old bed linen. I was getting rid of those. So I said, well, why throw it away? I'll take and I'll fold it up and I'll put it in there. As soon as I did that, boom, the dog jumped in the doghouse and laid down. Because it's like, okay, it smells like mommy and daddy. I can do this.
Well, that's nice.
So it's like, okay.
So there's the secret. Bring your blanket.
Bring the dog's blanket.
When you come to the mall.
And other people, they bring them anyway because they're trying to put them in the shopping carts.
Did you see the people with the shark that they stole from the aquarium?
No, I did.
And they put that in a baby carriage to steal it. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, they put it in a wet blanket and then they put it in a bucket and they put the bucket in a baby carriage. And that's how they got it. Get away with it. So.
Or they thought they got away with it.
Yeah, they probably will be caught because you can see their faces.
Yeah, there's video, and then on top of that, you figure once it hits a news thing, people are going to go, "Whoa, Barb and John just got that shark in that tank," and you're caught. You're caught.
Unless they're eting it, then
no, don't say that. I mean, that shark's good, but you don't steal a shark from a tank to eat it, but. So it has nothing to do with gardening, but it's current events.
No,
so.
But you could bury a fish.
That's true. If you are someone who goes fishing, or if you have a fish pond, or even the goldfish tank and things like that you change the water out on a basis that you could collect that water and water plants with it.
I have a question about the law. And gardening.
Okay. You're not allowed to grow your own pot yet unless you got a car. Okay.
So it's two questions in one.
Okay.
The first one is, I guess I'm asking, but I sort of kind of know. It's against the law to bring an orchid into this country from another country, correct?
Unless you have specific agricultural clearances.
Oh, okay.
And I think that would be that it was for lack of a better word, like a captive bred.
Okay.
Anything taken from nature, no, you're not allowed to.
And the second question, would the seed also be illegal?
again, it would need a agricultural clearance kind of thing. I know I actually was had a young lady and her son come through the store the other day, and they were looking at the vegetable seeds, and the son had asked could they take them on a plane? I says, well, are you staying here in the States? And no, they were going abroad because they were not from the States. And I said, you know what? I don't know. I said, call the and I gave him the phone number of the extension office to call them. I mean, because it's a packaged store-bought seed. It's not as if you collected it in the wild, or even out of just someone's yard. That I'm not sure the regulation on that.
Huh.
But just shipping plants. That I go on a few of the different Facebook plant blogs and this and that, and I see people sending seed and this and that. I'm going, you gotta watch out. You can be causing a problem. There's certain regulation on agricultural products. And I had a couple the other day come through. They were looking for something to be able to wrap their plants in as they were moved. They were going to be moving, and they were going to be moving to Texas. I think he said, or somewhere. And I, you might not be allowed to carry them. You've got a truck, you got a U-Haul, you're supposed to stop at agricultural stations and allow them to, and he claimed he wasn't going to stop it. Good luck. Because there's certain things you're not allowed to transport, and it's because of diseases, insects, and invasive species plants.
I believe it was in Texas. I got stopped one time. And I guess, that's what they said they were looking for was illegal plants, but they might have been looking for illegal people. I don't know.
That's true as well. But they look. I remember as a child, traveling from Jersey into Virginia. I think we had to stop at an ag stop, or there was an ag stop on the interstate. They were looking actually at that time for the gypsy moth.
Huh.
For transport, and it would be on the vehicle.
A tough job, huh?
It would be on the vehicle so that it was not being moved either into Virginia or out. I don't recall which direction.
And the moth hangs onto the car?
Would be on, or a cocoon.
So you wouldn't know it. It wouldn't be your fault.
No. They were just looking to where they would actually, spray or destroy them on there. Wow. Yeah, because you could be parked somewhere, enjoying your holiday vacation, and next thing you know, you're transporting an insect that you did not know was there. But
let me take a little break. The phone lines are open if you want to call in, 622-9622. And we have a new thing with YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and then type in WOCA, the source, and go to our channel, there should be a live link right there, right now.
Right there, right now.
I'm not looking at it, but I think it's there. And you will see Carol Ann. And on the right side, I think it's the right side. It's on the right side of my screen. There's a place to type in a question if you don't want to call in.
Oh, is it?
So I know some of you sometimes use Facebook to send me text messages, and I'll keep an eye on that also. But this is
go to YouTube and search.
Put WOCA the source, because there's another WOCA oil company or something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, WOCA oil application.
Yeah. I'll do that one.
Do I space it out?
Yeah, space it. WOCA the source. See if you can get yourself on.
I'm gonna see. I'm trying. I'm doing it as we say. The Source Radio.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even think of a phone. Yeah, you can do it on your phone too.
Yeah. Okay, there's the thing. Well, it says to subscribe.
Okay, I don't think you need to subscribe to it, though.
I don't know. I'll push the button. I think I already do.
All right.
I see it. Yeah, my shirt is spelled correctly.
So is it live? Do you see it? It's probably delayed.
It's probably delayed. There it goes. Yeah, because I've seen myself playing with the phone. So, yeah, there I am, and I can even hear it.
All right. So if you want to, this is kind of fun. It's something. It's not new for us to have a video, but it's new for us to be
live,
to be directly onto YouTube. That's new.
Yeah.
So if you want to be part of this and you want to watch Carol Ann and ask her a question, and the cool part about this is if she has something to show you,
I can show you.
You'll be able to see it right away. So that's kind of cool. And I can even show you my apple tree. There's my apple tree.
That's right. There's
my apple tree right there.
Okay, now the camera just turned. There's the apple tree. Okay, there. Yeah, so it's just a few second delay, really. And that's just called,
All right. So if you want to be on the air by phone, 622-9622. If you want to watch on the on YouTube, just go to youtube.com and you put in WOCA, the source, 3 different words, right?
I did it as the, I did. Yeah. As soon as I got the WOCA, the source, radio came up next, and I clicked on that because I was the next button down, because I've searched myself just to show people that here, you can look at that.
All right. So we'll take a little break and be right back. You're listening to The Source, WOCA Ocala.
What's going on this week at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala? Well, the summertime blowout continues with more markdowns, more BOGOs, and more money saving than you've ever thought possible. Take azaleas, for example. Bob has more azaleas than anyone else and guaranteed lowest prices. Now take your pick. You can get 6 number 1 size azaleas, regularly $7.99 each, for $29.99. Crepe myrtles, yes, I said all crepe myrtles are buy one, get one, no matter what color or how big. And listen to this. For the first time, all hybrid tea roses and floribundas are buy one, get one free. That's only the beginning. See the complete list at bobwinescamelliagardens.net. Then come on out this week for sure to Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens, Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, daily till 4:30, Saturdays till 3, in the same blooming place since 1952.
In the good old summertime, it takes you back, doesn't it? Makes you think and remember. What did you do in the summertime when you were a kid? At Palm Garden of Ocala, we see folks who are young at heart, but their bodies are giving them a tough time. Our goal for every guest we serve is to bring them to their highest level of independence. Come visit us soon. We're located on the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street. And when you're in the hospital, ask for Palm Garden by name.
Tired of looking at stained carpets, dirty tile, or grout? Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Make your flooring look great again. Stains, pet odors, allergies. Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. From serving our country to serving our community. Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Residential and commercial. Their work is guaranteed along with your satisfaction. Check their website, silverbackrestoration.com.
Repticon presents Rep Today, the one-day reptile event in Gainesville, August 11th. It'll be at the Wyndham Garden at 2900 Southwest 13th Street. Call 863-268-4273 or go to Repticon.com for more information and to buy tickets. This may not be Jurassic Park, but you will be able to have live animal encounters and see thousands of reptiles and other exotic animals. August 11th, Wyndham Garden, Gainesville, because kids of all ages love reptiles. Rep Today.
It's been a long week and I just don't feel like cooking. Can't the cooking fairies come and do it for me?
They may not be fairies, but they're pretty magical.
Who's that?
Honey Baked Ham of Ocala. They're having a special limited time offer picnic pack for just $19.99.
Oh?
You get a half pound of honey baked ham slices plus another half pound of smoked or roasted turkey breast. Add to that a pound of your choice of deli side and a package of King's Hawaiian rolls, and your dreams just came true. But hurry, this offer won't last long. Honey Baked Ham, 2709 Southwest 27th Avenue, just behind Best Buy.
All right, 19 minutes after 9 o'clock, let's return to In the Garden with Carol Ann. Carol Ann Baldwin is your host, and the phone lines are open. The number is 622-9622.
Yeah, and look at flip the calendar. It's August as of tomorrow, and good things go. Getting ready to go. I mean, I know it's the dog days of summer. It's my mother-in-law used to refer to this time of year as the jungle season because everything would grow so fast that you couldn't keep up on it. But it made you figure on going, you know what, in about October, we'll get back out here and cut all this stuff back again and get caught back up. But it's also a good time to start thinking about what you're going to do in that late summer, very early fall garden, plants that you want, maybe annuals that you want to put in that'll be for the cooler season. Get seeds soon if you're going to buy them locally off of racks, because I have a feeling those racks will vanish just about the time, if you put it off, just about the time you want all that stuff. So think about it now, grab them up before they disappear off the floors until, unfortunately, about March, when we've really already started planting. So if you don't have your seeds here in 2017, when 2018, wow, I moved us back a year. 2018, your spring garden for 2019 is going to be a little bit delayed or a little more thin than you want it to be. So figure on that. And usually, your seeds are going to keep. They are, they are viable for more than one season. You can take and put them into, I would say, instead of a Ziploc bag, a manila envelope where you can write on it. You can write the date on it, fold it down, close that up real good, and just put it in the crisper drawer. Put it in the vegetable crisper drawer or something like that. I mean, I would close up any open envelopes with a little piece of tape just so that they're not going to spill out when you go to grab them. You inevitably pick them up upside down.
Right.
They will always, they spill all over and you kind of go, oh, wow, that broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, collard green seeds all look about the same. Okay, we'll just throw those out in the garden and see what comes up.
See what happens. Yeah.
See what comes up. But this is the time of year that, when I was looking, I did some weeding over at the extension office in the little areas that I take care of. See what I was smart. And I know some people don't like the use of herbicides in a vegetable garden or anything like that, but I had nothing growing there. There's going to be plenty of time before I'm putting something in, at least another week, but I sprayed all those weeds a week ago. And so they were all dead when I went in there, and I could pull them all up. I can throw a little fresh dirt because those items, unless you're buying something with a residual, there's no residual.
By the way,
because I've planted in it before. So people who tell you Roundup lasts forever never replanted an area, or they've bought the wrong product. Kind of thing.
So I have something I wanted to share with you. I was listening to a podcast, and they were talking about avoiding disease from vegetables that grow in the ground, and E. coli, I guess, was one of them.
Right.
Real simple. Just wash it with hydrogen peroxide. It's harmless.
Yeah.
It'll rinse right off, so you don't have the taste of hydrogen peroxide, which hardly has that taste anyway.
Right.
And it'll kill the germs.
And kills the germs. And I know people a lot of times will do. I think the one that they used to sell was a vinegar base. One that was
actually they said
washer.
Vinegar. They go through two stages. Go through vinegar second.
Oh,
hydrogen peroxide first, and then vinegar second. Yeah.
I mean, it's if you're going to wash them that much, grow your own. Yeah, and even then, you got to watch out because you don't know what came through and peed on everything. Always.
So then, now everyone's going to wash their vegetables.
I mean, you should wash it. Wash it before you use it.
And eggs too, by the way. They said to do the same thing with eggs.
Wash your eggs off.
Yeah.
Yeah, work on a strong immune system. Don't use sanitizers every time you turn around, especially when children are real little. I mean, infants, yes, you got to be careful.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Come on, when we were kids, I mean, if you're over the age of 30, you did maybe not even that young. You played in the dirt. Your lifestyle. And guess what? You weren't sick. The allergies that were out there were minimal. There weren't the food allergies that we have today, and I believe it was because of our exposure to things that were available. That your bodies develop a natural immunity to a lot of stuff, and so now today's children spend so much time indoors in recycled air. They don't go play outside. They don't put their feet in the dirt. They don't, run hard, play hard. I mean, yes, some do. Those who, have the ability to have their children home more, home more with other caregivers that are home and are outdoor people, not just, hey, we'll come home from school and we'll park you in front of the TV and we'll play video games, or, no, we're not going outside. It's hot. Go outside and play, everybody. Children and adults
probably
alike.
Right.
Yeah,
you're probably right. Yeah,
it's good for you.
So we were up against everything, weren't we? We were putting our hands in the dirt. We're climbing trees.
Oh,
we're piling on each other.
Right. Oh, you threw things at each other to be projectiles.
Right.
All the rest of it. I don't know how many flowers I probably ate that I may not have should have. But just to go, I'll try it. Don't do that at home. Be smarter than Be smarter. Be wiser. But it was, when we played in the dirt, and it was, even today I did wash my hands, but I got to clean my fingernails. you didn't think twice.
I remember picking pears up off the ground. We had pear trees in the backyard.
Right. And you just probably brushed it off on your shirt and had, but then again, we didn't spray in the home landscape too much.
But there was that dog.
Yeah, the dog may have. It's just,
there might have been something in that grass.
Yeah, it's possible. That's quite possible. But
interesting.
Yeah. It is, I think, I think our society, and especially because when you look at other societies and the amount of time they spend in the out of doors as compared to ours, and the less processed foods, less processed lifestyle. Let's put it like that. Is you look at probably allergy rates, food sensitivities, the obesity rate, heart disease, diabetes in young people, the type 2, it's like you look at our culture and Americans got to realize, take care of ourselves.
We got a couple of minutes before the bottom of the hour. Carol Ann does this show each week for a full hour, which means we've got a good 32 minutes left. If you want to call in, you are welcome to do that. The number is 622-9622. Maybe you're looking at the calendar going, August is tomorrow. What am I supposed to do?
And actually what you can do is if you call during that break, looks like we've got 2 gift certificates to Baldwin's Camellia Gardens.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so we can have 2 different winners.
Okay.
So you can take this first weekend in August, go to Baldwin's and look some shrubs. They've got a great sale going on. Some buy one, get ones on camellias, some other 2-for-1 azaleas. What was it? 6 for $30, I think it was. I either have that backwards or
If you go to the Baldwin's Facebook page, they have their weekly flyer on there, and you'll see some of the really good prices.
And so this time of year, they've got some good stuff. It's things that they're probably going to need to pot up, so might as well get a good deal on some stuff, especially if you need some good landscaping stuff. So during the break, we got two gift certificates,
and they have the bird baths, and they have like bird baths / fountains.
Okay.
Which look really cool.
Right.
And then they have these amazingly beautiful wind chimes.
Oh, sure.
Everybody loves their wind chimes. I guess that they're a notch above the little things you buy in the souvenir shop.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. But again, our gift certificates are for plant material only.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
But hey, you can still shop.
So to win them, we will take 2 callers during the break. The phone number to call is 622-9622. And if I answer the call, then you'll know it because you'll hear me say hello, and then you will win. If you don't hear me answer the phone, then 2 other people must have won because that's how we're going to do it. Okay?
There you go.
All right, we'll take a little break and we'll be right back with Carol Ann. This is The Source, WOCA Ocala.
Have you ever looked at a homeless person and wondered what it's like to walk in their shoes? I'm Carla with Interfaith, and we're hosting a 1-mile walk to benefit our homeless shelter and raise awareness for our homeless friends. This is a walk that will change you for good. To learn more, visit our Facebook page, Walk a Mile in My Shoes 2018, or the Interfaith website at iesmarion.org. Take a walk with me on September 1st. The person you will impact the most is you.
In the good old summertime, it takes you back, doesn't it? Makes you think and remember. What did you do in the summertime when you were a kid? At Palm Garden of Ocala, we see folks who are young at heart, but their bodies are giving them a tough time. Our goal for every guest we serve is to bring them to their highest level of independence. Come visit us soon. We're located on the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street. And when you're in the hospital, ask for Palm Garden by name.
Fox News Radio. I'm Lillian Wu. In Redding, California, some evacuees returning home to find nothing left.
He said he wasn't prepared in my mind.
His one of about 800 homes and buildings destroyed in the Carr fire, now the 9th most destructive in state history. A little further south, a growing threat.
One wildfire sits between Mendocino and Lake counties in Northern California and is threatening 10,000 homes.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers, more evacuations there.
Hot temperatures and dry conditions across Central California and the Northwest won't give firefighters a break across these areas over the next couple of days. Storms with heavy downpours across the Southeast and the Mid-Atlantic could cause flooding today through Wednesday.
Fox meteorologist Janice Dean. And on National Avocado Day, Chipotle offering free guac with orders placed online or through their restaurant app. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Pros in the know start with Lowe's, because Lowe's offers the largest in-store selection of DeWalt power tools and accessories than of any national retailer. And now during DeWalt days, they're up to 30% off. Save even more with your everyday 5% savings when you use your Lowe's Business Credit Card. Stop by our Pro Desk for more details. So Pro, now that you know, start with Lowe's. DeWalt offer valid through 8/8 while supplies last. Credit offer subject to credit approval. Can't be combined with other credit offers. Exclusions apply. U.S. only.
Make your home an ADT home and help protect against break-ins, fire, and carbon monoxide. Get our lowest rate for fast response monitoring, starting at just $28.99 a month. That's about $1 a day from the most trusted name in home security. Get ADT's tested, trusted, and proven security and service, now at a great value. Don't wait. Call today. ADT. Always there. Now everywhere. Requires 36-month monitoring contract. Early termination, taxes, and install fees apply. Certain markets excluded. See terms and pricing at ADT.com.
Council.
Here is your 1-minute news brief. A 50-year-old Ocala man accused of plotting to bomb Target stores along the East Coast to tank the company's stock last year has been convicted by a federal jury. Authorities say a woman died while scalloping in the Gulf of Mexico off the Florida coast in the waters off Citrus County. Authorities say a Hernando County deputy crashed his patrol car into a canal while swerving to miss a deer. No injuries were reported. U.S. Senator Bill Nelson is asking for a federal investigation into the company that manages the SunPass toll system in Florida. Hundreds of passengers on a Norwegian Airlines flight were forced to get off the plane after boarding at Orlando International Airport when a passenger made a comment about a bomb because he was unhappy with his seat. And Universal Orlando has released a first-look image for the Stranger Things haunted house set for the 2018 edition of Halloween Horror Nights. The artwork was created by Kyle Lambert, the official illustrator of the Netflix series. And that is your news brief from The Source.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Tuesday, clouds and some sunshine with a shower and thunderstorm around into the evening hours. The high in the mid-80s along the coast, 91 inland. Later Tuesday night, partly cloudy, lows around 70 in some of the coolest inland spots, 77 along the coast. For Wednesday, times of clouds and sun with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm likely. Best chance in the afternoon, the high 88 to 92. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
With a graduate degree in management and leadership from Webster University, there'll never be a better time for you to explore what's next in your career. Classes are scheduled so you can continue your normal workday routine, and the accelerated program means a new term starts about every 10 weeks. If you're looking to gain a broad general management and leadership perspective, then Webster University's Management and Leadership degree program is the right one for you. It's all a part of what's next at Webster University.
Go to webster.edu/manage, accredited by ACBSP.
All right, 26 minutes before 10 o'clock. Let's return to In the Garden with Carol Ann. Your phone calls are invited. The number is 622-9622. Congratulations to our two winners. Yeah. They will be getting their gift certificates to Bob Wine's Community Gardens.
Yeah, they will get a good start on some fall planting. I mean, they've got, like I said, the crepe myrtles and stuff, which are summer bloomer right now, that they're still blooming. You can see them out in the landscapes and along the roadways here in Marion County. And
really nice people over there, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just a really good group of people, really know their stuff. And one of the ladies is an awesome photographer. Just a really good
during the winter months when the camellias are all blooming, they always have all the photos of the bloom.
Yeah.
It lets you see all the different, and that might be a permanent photo it's probably in their photo gallery on their Facebook page, so that you can see the different styles. I mean, camellias have such different blooms, such a wide range on what the bloom looks like. Some are rose-like, others are just this peony. It's just a different, and then the colors within them, yes, they range from whites into the reds. No purples, no blues. I mean, not as far as I know yet. I mean, blue's a hard color. Nature does not do blue flowers too often. But the different reds and pinks and things like that are just great. And if you're looking for that winter color, it's an easy care shrub that is, it doesn't take a lot of maintenance to get some winter bloom. I mean, most of your shrubs just don't bloom in winter. We're spring through fall, but these just sort of pop out and give some great color in the in the landscape.
Carolyn, you have a phone call. Right. And before we go to the call, I just want to mention again that we're doing something new here at WOCA. Carolyn is only the second day we've done this. So Carolyn is now live at this moment on the YouTube channel.
Right.
So go to youtube.com and then put in WOCA, the source. Because there's another WOCA oil company.
Right.
Just go to WOCA the source, and you'll see the live right now. I think it's
right. It was live, and all I had to do was click on it. I didn't have to subscribe or anything. Yeah. I guess if you subscribe, it comes up in your.
Then you'll know.
When programming's coming on.
But the other reason for not only just to watch Carolyn, but also to be able to type her a question, because there's a chat box here, and when you type it in, I can see it. She can't.
Right. I can't unless I had. Yeah, I don't have my laptop with me.
Yeah, that's right. You could. That's right. But anyway, so I'll let Carolyn know what you're asking and pass it on. Right now, you do have the old-fashioned one, though.
Good old phone call.
Good morning. You're on the air. Thank you for being patient.
Hello, it's good old me again.
Yeah.
See, we're getting close to midsummer now, and all the rain, of course, the grass is responding, and so is the weeds.
Yep.
Would you recommend a weed and feed now or a little bit later?
Much later. Yeah, we don't want to put a weed and feed down now. It's too hot. So it actually can burn the lawn, cause damage. There's too much rain, so it's just going to wash it right past the root system. So the weed control is not going to adhere to the weeds that are there. It's going to wash away, because most of your things will give you instructions that it needs to sit there for a day or so. And with all the rain, the fertilizer just becomes a pollutant going down the storm drains.
Yeah. So we got what we got right now until probably around September.
September, October, would be your best time. I would say when the rains start letting up, which is usually in September, I would use one of the liquid herbicides for lawns and go through and spray. And that way, when it's time to put the fertilizer down, you can put the fertilizer down. Using weed and feeds in Florida is just hard. It's the timing to get the weed control to work correctly is not necessarily the timing to get the fertilizer down where it will actually be used by the lawn and not run off or burn.
Yeah. Would it be okay to go around with my spot sprayer and just hit the big guys?
You could just try to remember to do it pay attention to the weather report and read your bottle, because most of those weed controls are going to tell you that it needs to sit on there for 1 to 3 days without washing off. So in a way, it's a waste of product, a waste of your time, and then again putting something down on the ground that may or may not break down fully, right quickly. So, if it's something on the edge where you could actually spray it with like a Roundup where it's dry, it's absorbed. So long as you got just a few hours, it's going to be effective. But, normally we don't want to do that in the lawn. But if you've got something like a goosegrass or something like that, where it's actually spread out and it has a target area that you can spray, where you can put the little cup over it, spray 1 or 2 squirts in there, and it'll, take care of that root zone where you can come back later and pull it out.
Yeah, well, it looks to me now like I might have to get the wife with a little shovel and tell her to go out there and get all the big guys.
Uh-oh. She must not be listening.
I hope she's at work. But I've got a couple that I'll probably go with a shovel and take them out because they're pretty ugly looking,
Yeah.
But then we'll wait till later on to go ahead with the big stuff.
Sure. And I mean, there are some little gadgets. I don't know. So a lot of times for a lot of people, just getting that little hand trowel or that little hand weeder and be able to lift those weeds right, up and out of the ground. With it being wet, it might be a little easier to get them up. But there's some gizmos out there, some gadgets out there now that are supposed to make weeding easy, that you don't even have to bend down, that you can, if you operate the thing properly, it'll pull them up out of the ground for you, and you just pick them up and put them in, use the tool to put it in your bucket, so you're not even having to bend over.
Boy, I think that's a good Christmas gift for her.
I know she's not listening now.
Okay, guys, have a good day, and I guess we're going to get some more rain.
I'm sure we will. I'm sure.
I know.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you, Hugh. The phone line, if you'd like to call in, as Hugh just did, the phone number is 352-622-5252. 9622. And again, you can go to YouTube and watch Carol Ann live right now on the WOCA, The Source YouTube channel.
There you go. And just as something funny, just because you mentioned it, that Christmas, and yes, it's August, and I know some businesses do Christmas in July thing, but that's just in order to boost sales, in the middle of the summer when nobody's thinking about furniture or whatever. But here, if you have a gardener in your life, or if you are the gardener and you got garden friends, obviously, if you're a gardener, you have garden friends. It's just the way of life. And you're looking for gifts to do for Christmas time. It's not too early to think of that. Just like when we're thinking of our seed packs and things like that, thinking forward, it's not too
old
early
habits die hard.
Because a lot of stores, retail, at least the brick and mortar places, when you walk in, come September, some of these garden centers shrink down because we're now looking at stocking holiday items. I mean, some of them have their regular, your home improvement stores carry these items year round, but not necessarily in the quantities. They don't come in as much, or some of the other ones are strictly a seasonal in and out on some of the neat tools, only because, they're not used in winter months. So if you're looking for something different, something unique, you might be hitting the stores now, or realize you might be going online to do, some of the kneelers, the pruners, things like that.
That's
and there's some nice ones on the market nowadays, especially because a lot of things have gone to the ergonomically correct, where you're not so strained at the end of using them. That the handles extend to where you got a little further reach or a little more leverage when you're trying to cut something. Just size the tool to the person you're doing them with. Sometimes the big pruners might be a little bit too big or too heavy. And some of the new materials even have made the tools lighter, which again makes it a little less fatiguing to be able to use them.
I have a question for you. The fires that are happening right now in California right now.
Yeah.
All right. Once in a while, we'll have in the news a prescribed burn.
Right.
Explain why that's beneficial to the forest. Because
forestry.
The rest of us will drive through the forest, the national forest, and we'll see a prescribed burn, and then we'll come back a week or two later, and it's beautiful green.
And it's great, right? Well, it's getting rid of the undergrowth, some of the vines that are creeping along. That if they go up into the trees, can become those ladders to carry flame. Some seed takes fire to actually germinate.
Wow!
It burns off,
really,
an outer shell, and triggers some of that seed to actually germinate and grow. It, I think, helps to encourage other items because, like you say, you'll see the scrub palmetto, boom, a few months after a prescribed burn, just popped back up, and it helps to eliminate old growth, old dry things that are underneath that would burn uncontrolled in an actual wildfire. That's why sometimes prescribed fires are, can get away. Is that, we're going to burn these 20 acres here off, and next thing you know, you get a gust of wind and it's too dry, and it carries it further than expected. And
that happened there a month ago. So the prescription is not to create greener pastures; it's to prevent future fires.
Correct. And it does change. It does open things up for more green to grow. I mean, it does clean things up that, for really deer to graze and things like that.
We have to take another little break. We'll be right back. If you'd like to be on the air with Carol Ann, the number is 622 WOCA 622-9622. And again, if you want to watch Carol Ann live, go to youtube.com and then put in the search box WOCA, The Source. We'll be right back.
In the good old summertime, it takes you back, doesn't it? Makes you think and remember. What did you do in the summertime when you were a kid? At Palm Garden of Ocala, we see folks who are young at heart, but their bodies are giving them a tough time. Our goal for every guest we serve is to bring them to their highest level of independence. Come visit us soon. We're located on the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street. And when you're in the hospital, ask for Palm Garden by name.
Tired of looking at stained carpets, dirty tile, or grout? Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Make your flooring look great again. Stains, pet odors, allergies. Call Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. From serving our country to serving our community. Silverback Restoration, 414-5312. Residential and commercial. Their work is guaranteed along with your satisfaction. Check their website, silverbackrestoration.com.
Repticon presents Rep Today, the one-day reptile event in Gainesville, August 11th. It'll be at the Wyndham Garden at 2900 Southwest 13th Street. Call 863-268-4273 or go to Repticon.com for more information and to buy tickets. This may not be Jurassic Park, but you will be able to have live animal encounters and see thousands of reptiles and other exotic animals. August 11th, Wyndham Garden, Gainesville, because kids of all ages love reptiles. Rep Today.
It's been a long week and I just don't feel like cooking. Can't the cooking fairies come and do it for me?
They may not be fairies, but they're pretty magical.
Who's that?
Honey Baked Ham of Ocala. They're having a special limited time offer picnic pack for just $19.99.
Oh?
You get a half pound of honey baked ham slices plus another half pound of smoked or roasted turkey breast. Add to that a pound of your choice of deli side and a package of King's Hawaiian rolls, and your dreams just came true. But hurry, this offer won't last long. Honey Baked Ham, 2709 Southwest 27th Avenue, just behind Best Buy.
Have you ever looked at a homeless person and wondered what it's like to walk in their shoes? I'm Carla with Interfaith, and we're hosting a 1-mile walk to benefit our homeless shelter and raise awareness for our homeless friends. This is a walk that will change you for good. To learn more, visit our Facebook page, Walk a Mile in My Shoes 2018, or the Interfaith website at iesmarion.org. Take a walk with me on September 1st. The person you will impact the most is you.
In the good old summertime, it takes you back, doesn't it? Makes you think and remember. What did you do in the summertime when you were a kid? At Palm Garden of Ocala, we see folks who are young at heart, but their bodies are giving them a tough time. Our goal for every guest we serve is to bring them to their highest level of independence. Come visit us soon. We're located on the corner of Southwest 27th Avenue and 34th Street. And when you're in the hospital, ask for Palm Garden by name.
All right, 12 minutes before 10 o'clock. So hard to explain to him. Thanks.
Yeah.
You know, just
the boss. Yeah.
All right, we're back. If you want to call Carol Ann, the number is 622-9622. And it's amazing how many questions you have about gardening. Even though you've lived your whole life around plants, you have to sometimes ask somebody like yourself who studied it,
right,
and have an answer for it.
And even somebody like me, I mean, I don't know all the answers, so I have to reach out to the sources I have.
Do you know what I'm wondering? Is the most common thing you get somebody either bringing in a leaf or describing a plant and say, "What is this?" Is that the most common thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What is this?
I get the one going, I've got this plant at home. And I go, okay, let's continue. It's green. Okay. Can we elaborate a little further? And the green's on the top side, right? Yeah. Does it flower? Is it a bush? Is it, yeah. And a lot of times I get it. I get it because then they remember the name. Once I mention it. Yeah. That's
so did they
one.
ever bring you a leaf like with a mark on it and say, what is causing this?
Yes. Oh yeah. Very frequently. Actually at work, and oops, I think it might still be sitting on the forklift. I have a Ziploc bag with a dead branch off of somebody's shrub that I need to. I actually need to find out. I need to contact our grower and say, hey, listen, is there a problem with this? Because listening to what his care and everything of these plants, it's a soft touch holly. He has a row of about 6 or 7 of them. Within them, he's got some of the firepower nandina, and the soft touch holly is nice because it's a small leaf like a shillings. But it's soft. It's not stiff and pokey. But he's got 2 of them, the 2 on the ends that have had some issues that they've gone gray or parts of them, and then those branches are just dying. It's not seems to be spreading, but listening to his care and that the other ones are fine. And he couldn't figure out anything. And I mean, he tried to do some research. So I now need to get on the phone with my sales rep and ask him what he thinks could be going on. But then again, too, one of my coworkers said, well, when he came and talked to me, he told me this, and there might be a little bit of an issue with what are we doing?
I have a show and tell question.
Oh, okay.
Show and tell.
But that his care may not, or his attempt at treatment may have been incorrect, or that when he used the product he used it at the wrong time of day, actually causing more harm than good. So, if that makes sense.
Sometimes, yeah. And you've said this over and over again. If you don't follow instructions, or if you think more is better,
correct.
And that's where my question comes in.
And see, and I'm even a little concerned of where, if they're both on the ends, is somebody using weed control near there? And I'm not sure if I asked that.
Oh, okay.
A little overspray may have gotten those.
Can I do show and tell with you?
Sure.
All right. Can you show the camera the bottle?
This is.
There's my empty.
This is. Well, it's got a liquid in it.
It has a liquid, but it is not unsweet tea as the label implies. Right. Okay, what it is a gallon jug that I filled with a gallon of water.
Okay.
And then I put a packet of, I think it was Miracle Grow, and it's these little packets that says
mixed with a gallon of water.
Right. So that's why I did that.
Sure.
Now, so my question is, I was using it. Can I show and tell there's my apple tree.
Right.
That I grew from a seed. So I put some of that fertilized water in there.
Right.
Do I use it all the time, or do I use that like once a month and then put regular water?
The instructions on the little packet probably told you to use it maybe every 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't want to do it every time because it will build up in the soil. Fertilizers are salts. You use it every time it builds up in the soil. So you need some plain water to wash, to do. So, a pot that size, probably once a week or once every 2 weeks, would be enough.
Okay.
Yeah. So what you do is you take your Sharpie marker, and you write that this is the Miracle Grow food every 2 weeks.
Right.
Yeah. And you can write, that's,
right.
That's even like, I have, for your pump sprayers and things like that, saving the empty iced tea jug, the empty juice jug, milk jug, whatever. And I mixed up some brush killer and, things like that. But I knew I wasn't going to spray it all in my gallon jug. So I mixed it. I did all my spraying. I then marked a jug, poured that in there, capped it off. I can set that in the shed. I can wash out my sprayer thoroughly. And so that sprayer is marked that it's for weed control, so I'm not going to use that with anything else. Yeah. I'm not going to put my insect control in there and spray plants then have them die, even though I think I washed it out thoroughly. But now it's not sitting in my sprayer, going to clog up and get sticky in the lines, and that's what happens to our sprayers. I buy the cheap sprayer. I buy the $10 one, and they last a couple of years. If you don't take care of the expensive one, they too are not going to last but more than a year maybe. So do it. And even something like your basic fertilizers that you open up the little thing, pour it in. Here you go. Write down what's in it. Because right now you look at that and it looks like a half gallon of water.
It does.
Somebody go, oh man, you got some water over there.
I wonder what it tastes like.
Probably not much. Probably really wouldn't hurt you, but I wouldn't want to
watered
try.
Down though.
Yeah, because I actually have at the extension office. It's been years where we'd pick a couple of cherry tomatoes and be, I got water in this water and rinse them off with the Miracle Grow water and ate them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Whatever. But not going to do that with the fish emulsion or anything else like that. But,
no. Oh my gosh, that'd be horrible.
Yeah. But this is a great time to start getting the thoughts underway on what you're going to do in a garden. If you're going to do another garden bed, say for perennials or shrubs and things like that, in order to get rid of more of your lawn area, or maybe you had a tree removed and now you have an open spot that you need to do something with. Good time for planning on that. Say collecting up some newspaper or cardboard that you're going to use underneath your weed fabric for better weed control. Time, mark it off. A garden hose makes a great tool to mark off a bed that's not going to be square. You can shape that garden hose the way you want it. You can look at it, you can see it, and then go get your can of that spray paint that sprays down and you can chase around your hose, get that out of your way, and clean out your grass around those areas.
Do you know what I saw this like a couple days ago was one of those very furry caterpillars.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was too late. I thought they were all in the spring. I guess not.
No. There's caterpillars all throughout the summer. It depends on the variety. I mean, butterflies are all over. They're laying eggs. Moths are all over. They're laying eggs.
Yeah.
So, we have them all the way through.
They are everywhere.
Yeah.
The butterflies. I've seen a lot of butterflies this summer.
And and I mean, they took a little while to get a start on them. And I think that might have been from our winter. This past winter was very cold, at least for that time period that we had a couple of back-to-back hard freezes that either slowed down or may have killed off some overwintering things.
So next Tuesday, you said you're not going to be here.
I won't be here. We have Master Gardener Summer Institute, so I'll be over at the Ag Center doing some learning.
Is that something the general public can go to?
No, it's strictly for the Master Gardeners.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got to educate us every so often too.
Let's go to the phone. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Good morning. Carol Ann, I've got a quick question for you on Florida peaches. I asked you last week about trimming.
Yes.
Which took care of.
Yeah.
What about fertilizing? Is there any fertilizing that you would do in the fall, or is that just a spring thing?
No, I would fertilize in the fall too, and probably about September is when I would think about putting the fertilizer down. I don't know if you have enough trees that you found an actual peach fertilizer. If not, a 10-10-10, a good 10-10-10, or the citrus fertilizer, something like that. If you've just got like one or two trees, because to find the special fertilizers for peaches or other stone fruit, it's going to be hard to find, in a small quantity.
And that would be in September?
I would say in September, I would give them a dose of fertilizer that'll carry them through the winter months. And then in spring, you would do your spring, and then you would do your, late spring, that first of June, end of May, 1st of June one, to carry them through the rest of that summer. So usually about 3 times a year.
Good. Quick question on banana trees.
Yeah.
What about banana trees? I remember way back you said fertilize often and kind of heavy.
No, not if you're going to fertilize often. You fertilize lightly if you're doing it often. They're kind of a moderate. I know they mostly like a nice rich soil that stays consistently moist, something that's not drying out too much in between. So a good rich organic soil. And again, normal things that we fertilize would be 3 times a year. I probably wouldn't necessarily feed the bananas too much in that fall time, only because they truly do go dormant, and you may actually lose those specific trees. So moreover, during that active growing season, February or March, so going lightly, maybe every 6 weeks until say June, and then probably just letting off after that.
Okay. And a good 10-10-10 again?
Yeah, that would be sufficient. Yeah. Just when you're reading your 10-10-10s, make sure it's got more than nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Flip the bag over and see about some of the micronutrients. So you may have to step up on a dollar value in order to get a good one that's also going to have some manganese and sulfur and magnesium and all that other stuff, iron, copper, zinc, a good multivitamin.
How about supplementing some Epsom salt?
I would just use a good fertilizer that's going to have it. If it doesn't contain it, then use it. But again, just a couple times a year. And we
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We got music in the background.
All right, it was fun. Thank you, Carolyn, for what you do. Yeah. For everybody else, Carolyn volunteers her time to do this, and we always appreciate it. So next week you won't be here. We'll have a rebroadcast.
Right.
And you have to work today?
Yes, I do. I got to go home and get it together.
All right. So thank you so much,
Thanks,
Carolyn.
Larry.
All right, hang in there. We're going to take a little break. We'll be right back with Matt Gibbs. He's going to talk about our cars on auto repair with personal care.
Fox News Radio. I'm Lillian Wu. The president says he's looking into a gun controversy over 3D printed weapons. This after multiple states filed suit asking a judge to block a company from releasing blueprints.
The suit was announced in Seattle by Washington State Attorney General Bob Ferguson. Ferguson called it irresponsible